I'm very happy to see so many Israelis and Palestinians in this room. It's been a while since IPCRI meetings have had so many people, and in general it's been hard to get Israelis and Palestinians together. So thanks for being here, and it's an indication that people are searching for answers with regards to the conflict, and they are taking the time and effort to be here. So thank you. So I'm heading together with Yael Berda, who's not here today, the Citizenship, Residency, and Freedom of Movement team. I will attempt to, as much as possible, stay faithful to representing both papers, because in a way, although we sort of very much follow the same line, there are some slight differences in our papers. The idea of the residency and citizenship team is to have basically two kinds of political contracts. One, on the one hand, Yael calls it social membership versus political membership. The social membership referring to the residency, and then the political membership referring to the national membership. So the idea is like this: that we can have four categories of people in Israel-Palestine. So in Israel, we can have Israeli residents of cities and Israeli citizens. They are Israeli residents, Israeli citizens. We can have Palestinian citizens as Israeli residents or as residents in Israel. And then in Palestine, we can have Palestinian residents in Palestine and have Palestinian citizenship, and then Israelis who have Israeli citizenship but are residents in Palestine. So those are basically the four categories that we are talking about. And according to those categories, we have two kinds of contracts. One contract is a national contract that refers to the citizenship. Who am I? Am I a Palestinian or am I an Israeli? In sort of what represents my collective identity. And the other contract is, where do I live? I live in Haifa, I live in Jerusalem, I live in Lod, and that also implies certain duties and rights also related to the municipal, local government aspect. So this is an attempt of saying we will account for, we will have a place for both Palestinians and Israelis to be able to live on either side and not be separated. So I could be a Palestinian but can live in Israel. So so according to this model, basically the rights that are pertaining to on the national level include those of as I said, self-determination. So I am a Palestinian citizen, for example. I vote for the Legislative Council in Palestine, foreign issues related to foreign policy, etc. Those are all pertaining to the national level. And then how do I live my daily life? Which services am I using? This is all related to the local municipal level, which also has certain rights and obligations. Now this is Yael goes through different in her paper different models of citizenship. You can go through those in the book, but that'll give an idea of where this combination definition of residency and citizenship kind of comes together. My paper sort of focuses also from an emotional, let's say, on the emotional level, national feelings of trying to understand also this this sense that as having a Palestinian, what does Palestinian identity mean? And what it means goes beyond the borders of 1967, because I could be coming originally from the coastal lines somewhere. So the sort of in sort of an Andersonian way of looking at things, the imagined community kind of Palestinians goes beyond the 1967 borders and so this is the way in which a residency allows for me to be to live in Israel and have that that link. So I make a distinction between that sense of identification with me as a Palestinian and then where I live. And I draw lessons also from East Jerusalem as a place where myself am a resident of East Jerusalem, but I'm sort of governed by Israeli laws. Of course, this doesn't yet fit under the model that we're talking about, but we can already draw lessons from there in which and try to kind of polish this this model in which residents of East Jerusalem are already, for example, getting certain kinds of rights that are on the functional level. We're using different services that are pertaining to the city, but on the national level, this is something that needs to be bridged and understood. And this is something I explore also in my paper. So this is basically the framework that we're operating in, and perhaps later you can ask more questions for clarifications.